Hello everyone, welcome to Daily Game Review number 94. Today we have Lovelace 8Q versus Tavr 7Q. Let's go ahead and look at the game. It's gonna be even game, and we're gonna see White stopping the mini Chinese or micro Chinese, mini and micro Chinese. All fine, fine, fine. Oh, this push. Why is it always this push? Uh, I've seen this push so many times before in the series, and I've said it time and time and again. This push is not good. Don't take your own liberties. Don't take your own liberties. Uh, if you wanted to push here, then push here directly. But in the game, he actually pushed. Yeah, he wanted to push here. The move again is here. That's the move. Also, you so pushing from behind is bad. Taking your liberty is bad, and this is super slow. Locally, this is the move. Globally, I would play over here. This is thickness. You don't have to worry about black running away with this immediately. If you worst case, you just let them, and then your thickness is still there. So there's no reason to fear anything over here. Nothing's wrong here. White's okay. Um, so just put a position on bottom. Also, white, if you're worried, if you don't like this Joseki, if you think you're too weak, then just play normal. Let black make the mini Chinese. There's moves to play against this. There's entire opening strategies. Like the simplest one is to play here, and then this, and then okay, I say simplest, but then you can play something along these lines. Uh, do research it. See what pros play against it. Like if you don't know what to play against an opening, or you're finding yourself in a bad position in the opening, try looking at pro games and seeing how pros play against it, because it looks like you don't like this Joseki, but you're the one playing it. Because in the game, you're taking your own liberties, and then you're getting yourself over concentrated. So you're playing this Joseki wrong. I think you don't like the thickness, and you think this stone's too much Aji, but that's the purpose of the Joseki, is to get the influence and leave the Aji. And that's how it's equal to the corner. But here you're making it over concentrated, and black's just getting more. If you don't like this Joseki, then don't play it. Play the other stuff and look at other Joseki options. So white went here. No reason to go on the bottom side. Bottom side settled. Third line, third line. So the right side's big now. Right side's the place to be. So black is definitely leading already. Invading already? No. Top side is bigger. Any weak groups? No. So where's the biggest area? Well, the top side's the most open side, so the top side's definitely the biggest area right now. This is kind of overplay. You're saying, I want to stop black from getting anything. Well, too bad. Black's going to get something, right? Black has to get something. Otherwise, black's passing every turn. Both players are supposed to get something. You're just trying to get a little bit more than your opponent. So stop fearing your opponent getting something. You want to get something as well. And according to the basics, the most open side is the biggest area at this time, so play on the top side. Invading right now, well, you're going to get attacked very severely, and it's going to be good for black. And since the position's already good for black, it's going to be even worse for you. That's weird. When you attack, you surround. That's how you attack. Surround the weak groups. If you guys don't know the steps to attack and defense, go on the website, look at the Clossi approach. It's all there. This is good for black, so white, don't try to live locally. Just run away. Just run. Step 2 in defense, run. Because there's no base here. This is step 3 where you try and desperately to live, but there's no need to yet when you can just run away. Don't play that, just jump, because there's Aji right here. Later, white can play here. So there's Aji. Don't fix Aji. White, I think you're a little too scared. No, you're not alive, so you need to run. Run. White, I think you're playing very scared, and the fact that you don't like black getting anything, you don't really want to play the normal moves because it doesn't seem effective or it seems good for your opponent. I want you, white, what I want you to do is try to lose games. And the reason I say this is because I want you to change your mentality. It's okay for your opponent to get something. Now, the end goal is to say it's okay for your opponent to get something. I'm just going to try to get more, right? But right now, you're not looking at anything you're getting. You're not looking at how to defend yourself properly. You're only looking at how to stop black from getting something. And that's the way to lose. That's the mentality of of a player who's just scared to let his opponent have something because he doesn't know how to make something himself, and then he's going to lose. So I want you to try to lose. If you try to lose, then when you lose, it'll be like, yes, good job, I lost. But you're going to have a second goal. First goal is lose. That way you don't worry about winning or losing at all. You just say, okay, I lost. Okay, goal accomplished. Whatever, right? If you win, oops, whatever, I won. But you're gonna have that change of mentality. And the second goal is focus on your own basics. If you can't master your own basics first, then you can't even worry about your opponent's stuff. Get your own stuff, make your own moves correct first. Then you can worry about the timing of when to stop your opponent's moves, or stop your opponent's combinations, or stop your opponent from doing this or that, right? So step one, play games, don't worry about the result. Try to lose. If it affects you so much that you lose, then try to lose. Uh, step two. So step one, change mentality. Step two, work on your own combinations. Make your own stuff. Defend yourself properly. Make your own shapes and master the basics. The basics are on the side. It's a step-by-step guide on how to play in like every step of the game. It's like 80% of the moves right there on the website. It's stuff I've learned from pros and stuff, so it's pretty accurate. And other people have also commented that it's a good guide. So master that first. Then you can worry about the timing of the exceptions, the timing of when to stop your opponent's stuff. Just work on your own stuff first. So here we can see that you're not defending yourself properly, and when you want to defend, you don't want to get cut, and this is easily cuttable. I can simply go right here, and now you're in a very bad position. You're not alive, and you're getting surrounded. Therefore, you need to run away. So when you run away, just run and don't get cut. Just make sure your move does its job. Now you're trying to defend the bottom while also defending your right side. That's just too greedy. Defend yourself first. Once you're alive, then you can defend the bottom. You can worry about that later. But you made a mistake. You invaded too soon. So just fix yourself. Fix yourself first, then you can worry about defending the bottom. Don't try to get everything. You're going to get nothing. All right, so this is so far really good for black. Black, leave that and save this wedge in for later. For example, after we settle everything, let's say white lives somehow, blah, blah, blah. Let's say white magically lives. Then there's this wedge. White goes here, there's a double Atari. So this wedge is really good for black. Therefore, I would leave it. This kind of fixed that wedge. Yeah, you kind of actually helped white gain points before playing that. So black, you need to learn how to attack your opponent and take advantage of your opponent's weaknesses. So try to be... Okay, so try this. Try surrounding your opponent, because in the game you played over here, make sure you're surrounding your opponent. When you see Aji, think, if I take advantage of immediately, what do I get? If it's not that much, then save it. Try not to take advantage of it all. Sometimes leaving Aji for later is even better. But here just says it kind of feels like you have a lack of Tsuji. Tsuji mentality, Tsuji reading. I'm not sure how to word it. But you have a lack of Tsuji skills. There we go, lack of Tsuji skills. That's how I want to say it. Because here there is an obvious Atari and Atari and Atari to break in, right? This is really good for black. So there's an obvious variation there. So I'm assuming you didn't play it because you're worried about some ladder, right? Well, then save it. Fix yourself first, and then play the Aji later. So just save the Aji for later. Here you kind of forced white to fix everything. Nobi's the shape. Be more aggressive. Well, that shape's really ugly. What about an exchange here first? No, that's gonna force white to live. I'm gonna say exchange here first and then surround, but white can just make an eye. Just surround, yeah, just okay, so you jumped. I think you should have. I think it's this tiger's mouth that's driving me crazy. Nope. Just surround. White can't get out. White will die trying if he tries. So just surround. At least knight's move. You want to surround your opponent, so at least knight's move. Or knight's move on this side and force your opponent to go this way. You want to surround the opponent. That's how you attack. Don't be scared. There's nothing here. Don't be scared. Here. Actually, is maybe just fix. White tries to cut. That's more weakness to take advantage of. Right? Come on, click. And then you can just use that to invade later. Just go play normal moves now. Because you got the right side. You already got enough problems. But... You just feel scared. That shape has no eye. Surround white. Defend yourself while attacking. It's much more effective. There's no attack on this side. Double Hane locally. Because of the lack of liberties, you can double Hane. When your opponent has a lack of liberties, think about the double Hane. White is not alive. White, get out. You're not alive. You need to either get out or live. You are not fine. Do not Tanuki weakness. Nope, you're gonna have liberty troubles doing that. Just surround. That's all you have to do is just surround. All right, so we are running low on time, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop it here. All right, white, I already gave you some good ideas, I think. Black, surround your opponent. That's how you attack. Surround, surround, surround. Also, try to play a little bit better shape. I showed you a couple shapes here that you could have done better. Work on your shape by reviewing pro games. See how they make shape. Try to like in your mind when you're replaying the pro games. Try to play a move before you see the next move. Where would you play against this opponent? And think this is a pro. Like you're saying, I'm facing a pro right now. How do I win? What move do I need to play to win? This move's not good enough against pro, so I need to play a better move. And then see where the actual move in the game record was, and see how that compares to your move, and just do that. I would say do that for the fights. It's going to be really hard to keep up with their reading. You're going to be wrong a lot. You're not going to understand it a few times, but you'll have new ideas. You'll get more ideas. And that's the goal of it. You're not trying to understand it 100%. If anything, you'll understand it maybe 50%. But as long as you're gaining new attack and defense ideas, that's what you want to do. And that's what you can get from pro games. Because you got to work on your shapes and your attack and defense. I would focus on Japanese games. They're easier to understand. Koreans are really hard to understand. But I would focus on Japanese games. There's a lot of good shapes, a lot of good ideas there. All right, so hopefully both players found this helpful. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.